Walmart, once the unshakable giant of retail, is now on the edge of a massive collapse. What was once hailed as too big to fail is now struggling to survive under the weight of its own empire. Store closures, plummeting profits, mass layoffs, and a rapidly fading brand identity are just some of the signs that this retail titan is in deep trouble. Experts are warning that if Walmart doesn't adapt quickly, it could lose everything: its market share, its customers, and ultimately, its place as the leader of the retail world. The decline is not just a bump in the road, it's a series of undeniable red flags. The rise of e-commerce, shifting consumer habits, and the emergence of smaller, more nimble competitors have left Walmart vulnerable. The question is, can Walmart rise to the challenge in time, or are we witnessing the slow, painful unraveling of an empire? The truth is clear: this crisis is not a matter of if, but when. Number 1. Declining foot traffic. Is Walmart losing its hold? Walmart's iconic superstores, once bustling hubs of consumer activity, are now facing a troubling decline in foot traffic. According to recent data, Walmart's visits have dropped by 3.7% year over year, a clear warning that the retail giant is no longer the magnet it once was. Consumers who once flocked to Walmart for everything from groceries to household goods are now opting for smaller, more convenient alternatives. Discount chains like Aldi and Dollar General are stealing the spotlight, offering shoppers quicker and more accessible experiences. These stores, with their streamlined layouts and targeted inventories, are more aligned with today's demand for speed and convenience. The rise of e-commerce has also played a significant role in this shift. More and more people are shopping from the comfort of their homes, avoiding the need to spend hours wandering through massive, crowded stores. Walmart's sprawling supercenters, once hailed as the gold standard of retail, are struggling to keep up in a world where same-day delivery and curbside pickup dominate the landscape. Even Walmart's own attempts to combat this shift, such as its store-within-a-store setups, have failed to make a significant impact. For Walmart, this shift in consumer behavior isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a massive problem that threatens the very foundation of its business model. The company's reliance on its massive physical stores is becoming a liability. These enormous spaces, once the key to Walmart's success, are now seen as inefficient and outdated compared to the more nimble operations of smaller, digitally native competitors. The challenges don't end with foot traffic alone. As customers drift away, Walmart faces the daunting task of reimagining its in-store experience to make it more appealing to today's consumers. Without a major overhaul, the company risks losing its position as the go-to retailer for millions of shoppers. If Walmart cannot find a way to reverse this trend, it will lose not just its competitive edge, but potentially its place in the retail landscape altogether. Walmart's struggles with foot traffic serve as a stark reminder that even the most dominant players are vulnerable to the forces of change. What once seemed like an unstoppable force is now an empire teetering on the edge, fighting to maintain relevance in an increasingly competitive world. The question remains, can Walmart find a way to adapt, or is it simply too late to turn the tide? Number 2. Struggling apparel division, Walmart's fashion flounder. Walmart's attempt to dominate the apparel market has fallen flat. Over the past decade, the company aggressively pushed into fashion with its own private label brands like Time and True, George and Terra and Sky, aiming to capture a larger share of the clothing market. However, despite these efforts, Walmart's position in the U.S. apparel market continues to shrink. In 2024, Walmart's market share dropped to just 7.9%, down from 9.2% in 2019, signaling a serious struggle. The problem isn't just about product offerings, it's about perception. Walmart has long been associated with low-cost, utilitarian clothing, and despite efforts to compete with stylish brands like Target, it hasn't shaken this image. Consumers, especially those in the higher income brackets, are increasingly looking for fashion-forward, trendy clothes, and Walmart has failed to deliver in that regard. While fast fashion giants like Shein are thriving with trendy designs at affordable prices, Walmart's clothing lines are often perceived as outdated and cheap. Walmart's apparel sections in many stores also lack proper presentation. Inconsistent layouts and insufficient space dedicated to clothing make it difficult for customers to browse, further distancing the retailer from style-conscious consumers. To compete, Walmart would need to completely overhaul its fashion department, offering fresh, trendy designs while also creating an inviting shopping experience that appeals to today's consumer. If Walmart cannot find a way to rebrand and redefine its apparel offerings, it risks losing a significant revenue stream and alienating a younger, more style-conscious generation. With competitors nipping at its heels, Walmart's once promising push into fashion could end up as just another failed chapter in its struggle for relevance. Number 3. Failed tech investments, a financial sinkhole. Walmart's multi-billion-dollar investments in technology were supposed to revolutionize its operations, but the returns have been underwhelming at best. Over the past 5 years, the company has poured significant resources into automation, artificial intelligence, and robotics in hopes of streamlining its supply chain and improving the in-store experience. However, the results have fallen far short of expectations. Take Walmart's rollout of shelf-scanning robots, for example. While these robots were intended to improve inventory management and stock accuracy, they've faced technical malfunctions and inconsistent performance at many stores. What was meant to boost efficiency has, in many cases, led to operational hiccups, undermining the potential benefits of automation. The same can be said for Walmart's push into cashierless checkout systems. Instead of increasing customer satisfaction, these systems have been plagued by glitches and errors, resulting in longer wait times and frustrating experiences for shoppers. The company's highly anticipated drone delivery program, another big-ticket tech initiative, has also struggled to gain traction. What was supposed to be a game-changer in last-mile logistics is still in its infancy, with limited coverage and high operational costs that have yet to yield significant results. For a company like Walmart, which has always prided itself on efficiency and low prices, these tech failures are a major blow. Even more concerning is the sheer cost of these technology investments. Walmart has spent billions of dollars trying to modernize its operations, but it hasn't seen the return on investment that it was hoping for. Instead of streamlining operations and boosting profits, these tech initiatives have turned into a financial sinkhole, draining resources without delivering the promised benefits. The question is, can Walmart continue to throw money into technology that doesn't work? If these investments continue to underperform, Walmart will find itself in an even worse position, struggling to keep up with competitors who are far more successful at integrating technology into their operations. Without a dramatic shift in how it handles its technological investments, Walmart could continue to waste resources and fall further behind in an increasingly tech-driven world. What was once seen as an opportunity to solidify Walmart's future could turn into a liability if these tech failures aren't addressed quickly. Number 4. Real estate burden. Too much space, too little demand. Walmart's vast real estate empire, once a powerful symbol of its retail dominance, is now becoming an increasingly heavy burden. With over 4,700 stores across the United States alone, Walmart's expansive footprint requires a staggering amount of resources to maintain, from property taxes to upkeep and infrastructure costs. In today's retail environment, this extensive network of physical stores is looking more like a liability than a strength, especially as e-commerce continues to grow and shift consumer behavior. As the demand for physical retail space declines, Walmart is finding itself stuck with an oversupply of real estate in areas where foot traffic is dwindling. Many of its stores are located in suburban or rural areas, where population growth has stagnated and consumer demand has dropped. On top of that, the rise of e-commerce has dramatically reduced the need for large, in-person shopping trips, leaving these massive spaces underutilized. Walmart's inability to scale back or repurpose these properties to align with modern retail trends has become a serious problem. While Walmart has tried to pivot by turning some underperforming stores into fulfillment centers for online orders, the process has been slow and costly. Converting these large, outdated spaces into efficient hubs for e-commerce is no simple task, and it has proven to be a drain on resources. Meanwhile, competitors like Target have shifted towards smaller, more nimble urban format stores in high-density neighborhoods. These smaller stores are designed to cater to the convenience-oriented shopper, offering curated inventories that reflect local preferences and a much more efficient use of space. Walmart, on the other hand, has struggled to effectively repurpose its vast stores, and this failure is putting it at a significant disadvantage. The reality is that Walmart's real estate strategy needs a complete overhaul if it's going to keep up with the demands of today's consumer. The company's reliance on sprawling stores, many of which are located in areas where retail growth is stagnant, is quickly becoming a strategic liability. In a world where convenience, speed, and efficiency reign, Walmart's massive store footprint feels outdated. If the company cannot find a way to rethink its real estate strategy and adapt to the new retail landscape, it will be weighed down by an infrastructure that no longer serves its purpose. The question is, can Walmart pivot in time? Or will its massive real estate holdings continue to drain resources and hold it back from adapting to the future of retail? If Walmart is unable to redefine its physical presence, it risks losing ground to competitors that have already figured out how to better meet the demands of the modern consumer. Number 5. Employee satisfaction crisis, a toxic work environment. Walmart's reputation as a low-cost employer is beginning to backfire, creating significant challenges that threaten the company's ability to attract and retain talent. While Walmart has made efforts to raise wages, including increasing its starting pay to $14 per hour in 2023, it still lags far behind competitors like Costco, which pays an average of $18.50 per hour with better benefits. This wage disparity has led to high employee turnover, with Walmart spending billions annually on recruitment, onboarding, and training new staff members. Despite the wage increase, employees have voiced concerns about the company's work environment. Walmart stores are often understaffed, and workers are frustrated with rigid scheduling practices that fail to account for their needs, contributing to burnout and dissatisfaction. This has resulted in protests, walkouts, and growing efforts to unionize across various Walmart locations. According to a recent survey by Glassdoor, Walmart's employee satisfaction score is a mere 3.3 out of 5, significantly lower than that of its competitors, who score in the 4+ range. These issues aren't just a reflection of poor management or low wages. They are a systemic problem that threatens to erode Walmart's ability to maintain its operations. High turnover rates cost the company more than just money. They disrupt operations, lower morale, and affect the quality of customer service. If Walmart cannot resolve these internal issues and improve its workplace conditions, it risks alienating a significant portion of its workforce. This, in turn, could negatively impact the customer experience, further harming the company's reputation. The need for Walmart to improve its work environment is urgent. If the company fails to address the toxic aspects of its culture, it will struggle to hold on to its employees, leading to even more disruptions and inefficiencies. With its competitors offering better pay, more benefits, and improved work conditions, Walmart's position as a leading employer in the retail sector is rapidly slipping away. The company must take action now to improve its internal culture and ensure that its employees feel valued, supported, and motivated. If it doesn't, Walmart's operational struggles will only continue to escalate. Number 6. Organized retail crime, a growing threat. Walmart is grappling with an escalating issue that is silently eating away at its profits: organized retail crime. Once considered a minor inconvenience, theft has now become a multi-billion-dollar threat that is causing significant damage to the retail giant. According to reports from the National Retail Federation, retail shrinkage, which includes theft, fraud, and inventory loss, reached a staggering $94.5 billion in 2022, a number that continues to rise each year. Walmart, unfortunately, is one of the hardest-hit companies, facing millions of dollars in losses annually due to organized criminal activity. In high-crime areas, theft rings have become more sophisticated, targeting major retailers like Walmart with a level of coordination and intent that is difficult to combat. These criminal organizations are not simply stealing small items. They are systematically emptying shelves of high-value products, from electronics to personal care items, all while operating with near impunity in certain areas. For Walmart, this represents a massive financial loss, as these stolen goods often cannot be recovered or replaced, driving up prices for consumers and squeezing profit margins even further. Walmart has been forced to take drastic measures to combat this rise in crime, including increasing security staff, installing more surveillance equipment, and implementing high-tech anti-theft measures. However, these strategies have yet to fully address the root problem. Some stores have even been closed due to the severity of the theft problem, leaving local communities without essential services. This creates a ripple effect, impacting not just Walmart but entire neighborhoods that rely on its stores for affordable goods. What's even more concerning is that organized retail crime is not just about product loss, it's also about the erosion of trust. Customers may feel less secure shopping in areas where theft is rampant, and employees may become demoralized working in environments where they constantly face safety concerns. If Walmart cannot find a way to effectively curb this growing wave of crime, it risks not only losing significant revenue but also damaging its brand reputation in communities across the country. The battle against organized retail crime is a complex, ongoing issue that requires a multifaceted approach. Walmart must invest in more than just security systems. It needs to work alongside law enforcement and local communities to create safer shopping environments. Without swift and decisive action, Walmart could continue to hemorrhage millions of dollars, which will only add to the mounting challenges it faces. Number 7. Shifting consumer shopping habits, out of step with today's consumer. Walmart's bread-and-butter business model, bulk purchasing, sprawling stores, and always low prices, is no longer in sync with modern consumer preferences. Shoppers today are prioritizing convenience, speed, and personalized experiences over the traditional big-box store format. For younger generations, particularly millennials and Gen Z, shopping habits have dramatically changed. According to a report by McKinsey & Company, nearly 78% of these shoppers value convenience above all else, a trend that has deeply impacted traditional retailers like Walmart. In the past, Walmart's vast stores were a one-stop shop for everything, attracting millions of consumers who needed everything from groceries to home goods all under one roof. But in today's fast-paced world, that model is becoming less attractive. Consumers are now turning to smaller, more convenient alternatives like local markets, urban format stores, and e-commerce platforms like Amazon. Walmart's inability to adapt to these shifting preferences has put it at a competitive disadvantage. The rise of e-commerce and home delivery services such as Amazon and Instacart is one of the biggest threats to Walmart's traditional model. While Walmart has made strides in its digital transformation, including launching Walmart Plus, its efforts have not gained the same traction as Amazon Prime or other competitors in the online grocery delivery space. In fact, Walmart Plus only captured 11% of the online grocery market, compared to Instacart's 54% and Amazon's 25%. Smaller, neighborhood-centric stores have also taken the lead in appealing to today's on-the-go shopper. Walmart's attempts to replicate this model with its neighborhood market and express stores have largely fallen flat, especially in urban areas. While Walmart is stuck with its large, inefficient superstores, its competitors like Target and Dollar General have thrived by focusing on more compact, curated locations that prioritize speed and convenience. In high-density neighborhoods where time and convenience matter most, Walmart's expansive, cluttered stores seem outdated and unappealing. If Walmart doesn't rapidly change its approach to meet the demands of today's consumers, it risks becoming irrelevant in a market that increasingly values accessibility and speed over sheer volume. The company must rethink its entire retail strategy, from its physical store layout to its online services, or it will continue to fall further behind in a retail landscape that demands constant innovation and agility. Number 8. E-commerce struggles, losing the digital race. Walmart's attempts to conquer the e-commerce market have faced significant challenges, and its digital division is struggling to gain meaningful traction. Despite pouring billions into its online presence and technology, the company has found itself trailing far behind Amazon, the undisputed leader of the e-commerce space. Walmart's share of the U.S. e-commerce market hovers around just 7%, a far cry from Amazon's commanding 38.2%. While Walmart experienced strong growth in online sales during the pandemic, that momentum has since slowed dramatically. From triple-digit growth to single-digit increases, Walmart's online sales have stagnated as it battles the more agile, tech-savvy competition. The company's Walmart Plus service, which was launched to rival Amazon Prime, has not lived up to expectations, capturing only a fraction of the online grocery delivery market. Customers still find Walmart's online platform less convenient than Amazon's seamless, customer-friendly experience. which offers faster delivery and a more comprehensive product selection. Walmart's grocery pickup and delivery services, once considered a game changer, have also faced operational inefficiencies and inconsistent service quality. Customers have complained about delayed orders, poor substitutions, and missing items, which tarnish the company's reputation and make it less likely that shoppers will return. Walmart's e-commerce margins remain thin, as the high costs of fulfillment centers, last-mile delivery, and technological investments continue to eat into profitability. In comparison, Amazon has been able to leverage its massive distribution network, technological innovation, and customer loyalty to continue dominating the online market. Walmart's attempts to catch up in the digital space, although commendable, have not been enough to overcome the advantages Amazon holds in logistics, product variety, and customer experience. For Walmart, the clock is ticking. If it can't overcome its e-commerce struggles and streamline its online operations, it risks losing even more ground to Amazon and other emerging competitors. The company needs to improve its digital experience, enhance its logistics, and ensure its online services are as seamless and efficient as its competitors. Without a drastic shift in strategy, Walmart will continue to fall further behind in the race for digital dominance. Number 9. Supply chain issues, a growing crisis. Walmart's supply chain, once hailed as one of the most efficient in the world, is now facing significant disruptions that threaten to undermine its operations. Global supply chain issues, from port backlogs to skyrocketing transportation costs, have exposed the vulnerability of even the most established retail giants. Walmart has struggled to keep its shelves stocked with the products customers demand, particularly in key categories like electronics, apparel, and home goods, sectors that are critical to the company's profitability. One of the biggest challenges has been the dramatic rise in shipping and transportation costs. Container shipping rates have soared by more than 300% in the past 2 years, and while they've stabilized somewhat, the lingering effects of these disruptions continue to impact Walmart's ability to maintain consistent inventory levels. This has led to empty shelves in many of its stores, frustrating customers who expect to find the products they need. The supply chain disruptions are not just causing inventory shortages, but also driving up costs, further squeezing Walmart's already thin profit margins. In addition, Walmart's heavy reliance on overseas manufacturing, particularly from China, has made the company especially vulnerable to geopolitical tensions and trade policy shifts. The ongoing trade war between the US and China, combined with disruptions caused by the pandemic, has created a perfect storm that has left Walmart struggling to meet consumer demand. Even when products are available, Walmart's reliance on imports has caused delays, making it difficult for the company to keep up with changing consumer preferences. To address these challenges, Walmart has announced plans to increase its sourcing of US-made goods by $350 billion over the next decade. While this initiative is a step in the right direction, it's also an expensive undertaking that will take years to deliver tangible results. In the short term, Walmart continues to grapple with supply chain inefficiencies, including delays in replenishing stock and difficulty adapting to shifts in consumer behavior. While Walmart is making efforts to adapt, these supply chain issues remain a significant weakness for the company. The ongoing disruptions not only affect product availability, but also contribute to rising operational costs, which erode the company's profitability. If Walmart cannot find a way to streamline its supply chain, reduce its reliance on overseas manufacturing, and ensure consistent product availability, it risks falling further behind in an increasingly competitive market. Number 10. Customer satisfaction, falling behind competitors. Walmart's customer satisfaction scores have been on a steady decline, and this is a serious issue for a retailer that relies heavily on consumer loyalty. According to the American Customer Satisfaction Index, ACSI, Walmart scored just 70 out of 100 in 2024, far below its main competitors, such as Target, 75, and Costco, 81. These figures are more than just numbers. They represent real customer dissatisfaction, and they have significant implications for Walmart's future. Several key factors contribute to Walmart's slipping satisfaction ratings. Shoppers often cite long checkout lines, unhelpful staff, and poorly maintained stores as some of the biggest pain points. These operational issues are compounded by Walmart's self-checkout systems, which, while designed to increase efficiency, have instead caused frustration for customers. Frequent errors, glitches, and slow processing times make what should be a quick and easy process a time-consuming headache for shoppers. Furthermore, Walmart's physical store environment also leaves much to be desired. The company's large, sprawling layouts often lead to cluttered aisles and disorganized displays, which negatively affect the overall shopping experience. Compared to competitors like Target, which has cleaner, more inviting store layouts, Walmart's stores can feel outdated and difficult to navigate. For a customer who is looking for a streamlined and pleasant shopping experience, Walmart stores may no longer be the first choice. Customer dissatisfaction is translating into real-world consequences. Declining foot traffic, fewer repeat customers, and a diminishing brand reputation are just the beginning. If Walmart doesn't act quickly to address these complaints and improve the shopping experience, it risks alienating a significant portion of its customer base, further eroding its market share. Competitors that offer superior customer experiences are quickly becoming the go-to destinations for consumers, and Walmart's failure to keep up could leave it behind in a highly competitive retail environment. Walmart has made efforts to improve, such as implementing new technologies and increasing employee wages, but unless it addresses the fundamental issues impacting customer satisfaction, it will continue to lose ground to its competitors. The challenge now is clear. Can Walmart re-engage and restore the trust of its customers, or will its service failures cost it even more in the future? The signs are unmistakable. Walmart, once the unstoppable retail giant, is facing an existential crisis. From plummeting customer satisfaction and declining foot traffic to mounting internal problems like supply chain disruptions and employee dissatisfaction, the company is at a crossroads. Its legacy as the cornerstone of American retail is being slowly undermined by its inability to adapt to changing market conditions, consumer behavior, and technological advancements. However, all is not lost. Walmart still has the resources, the brand recognition, and the opportunity to make the necessary adjustments. But the window for change is closing fast. The company must act quickly to modernize its operations, improve its customer service, and revamp its outdated business model. This means embracing smaller, more convenient store formats, investing in superior customer experiences, and tackling the inefficiencies in its supply chain and workforce management. If Walmart can successfully execute these changes, it could regain its competitive edge and maintain its place as a leader in retail. But if the company continues down its current path, it risks becoming a cautionary tale for other industry giants. The question is no longer whether Walmart will face challenges, it's whether it can overcome them in time. This is Walmart's last chance to adapt, or it will risk losing everything it has worked for.